Hi guys, welcome to my cave in the upstairs. So I'm the troll in the upstairs, not the troll in the under the bridge. I hope you guys are doing well. So this is gonna be the sit, talk, and paint part that I was trying to talk about last time. You will hear music. I have a little bit playing in the background, some Gregorian chants remixes because I like Gregorian chants. Um, I have my 3D printer running back here. Finally got the resin one back up and running. So now the Manufactorum, if you know what that means, you 40k freaks, um, running and printing out some stuff for a friend. I hope it works this time. Failed last time. Pipe. I'm smoking out of this little clay pipe from Germany. Man, my light still sucks, guys. I'm sorry. I will figure this out. But it has really cool, like, designs on it. You guys are not gonna be able to see that probably, but like little horses and stuff. But it's just for a quick short smoke. And today I'm doing Maple Street, so it tastes and smells like maple syrup. It smells like pancakes. So, um, so today I'm doing terrain. I have a little bit of commission I need to get done, and I'm going to use you guys as an excuse to get some of it done. I need to get the other one start printing on my FDM printer. So I'm going to show you what I do. I don't use, uh, I don't use the what you call it, the model paints. I use the craft paints, but I zenithal highlighted. I did take some videos of it, and I think I'll do a prelude to this, and then put this video on. But excuse me. So you guys are gonna be in my house. You're probably gonna hear kids noise and the joy of children. I have a little one who's very vocal. You may hear that. Who likes to annoy his sister. So you might hear both of them. The joys of parenting. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Hope you guys can do some painting with me. And this is what it was really designed for. I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but, probably until someone screams at me that it's dinner time. Which maybe about an hour. So, all right. Well, I guess we're ready to go. Just want to enjoy it. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I've done so far, and then we'll get going. Let me see. Can we and we're going to try a new one. New scene transition. Oh, I think I got it to work. Okay. For some reason, I can't get the light quite right. So, if you guys have any suggestions for me, I'd really appreciate that. Okay. So, I just learned this. So, if you guys noticed, I was using bottle caps. Let's see, where am I? Okay. Bottle caps, right? And I just put magnets under them. Let's see, can this light work a little better? Let's see, I'm gonna actually turn on this light and see if this works a little better. It whites me out really bad, but whatever. It's only my ugly face. Yeah, it's a little better. Anyway, so there's a little magnet in there, and I just use hot glue right here, right? So I've been using blue tack or blue sticky, the sticky stuff you stick on walls, and putting them on this. But I found someone else the other day, and he was using double-sided tape. So just some 3M tape. So I'm gonna try that today. You guys are gonna see if my experimentation works or not. And I just stick it on the bottom right there. So I'm probably gonna bump something. Watch. If you guys watched my bloopers, the one blooper. So let's see if I can stick my leg without bumping too much. And scoot in. Scoot in and then move the thing, and professionalism. Move my lighter. Okay. So with this stuff, I don't use a wet palette. I just use a dry palette. Oh, another thing I did do is a zenithal highlight on these guys. Because with craft paints, they're actually really, really opaque. Opaque? No, I'm sorry, translucent. They're translucent. They're not very opaque at all. It's the opposite of opaque, it's translucent. Anyway, and then we just we might have to put 2 or 3 coats on it. It's not that big of an issue. These are terrain pieces from an FDM printer, so it has layer lines. It kind of hides everything because we're not painting to like incredible standards here. This is to be on a gaming table and to be beat up and played with. The way that models are supposed to be used, by playing with them, not to just be looked at. Sorry, Dad. Anyway, enough jibber jabbering. Time to get to work. Oh, so you're gonna see me kind of bump everything. My table's kind of finicky. I'm still kind of crammed in this area, you know. Oh, the other part of the so this is just a spool and just a magnet. Same type of magnet I got like a Hobby Lobby or something, and bloop, saves your fingers from getting painted on. Helps a little bit. So we're gonna kind of batch paint these guys a little bit. I'm gonna try to remember what I did in the last one. I think I used yeah, the golden brown. So yeah, so craft paints, guys, anywhere from 99 cents to $1.50 for 2 fluid ounces. You can't beat it. Or for you metric guys, 59 milliliters. But I use freedom fractions, so freedom fraction it is. I guess I should shake it like a proper painter, maybe? Professionalism. So this is, I'm just going to do on the bottom right here. Squirt, squirt. Yep. And then I grab a crappy brush because God's blessed me with crappy brushes. But anyway. So what should we talk about today? I wasn't even really planning to do this today. Had to go into town and do stuff and had some business over there. So can we move the camera over a little bit? Professional. Oh, my light just got in the way. I'll get better at this once we get going on this, guys. Just, you know what? Just grab something and paint with me. You know, that's all this is. It's supposed to be painting. We need to, sometimes I put a little water in it to get it in there, because I just wanted to see. Yeah, cool. Totally imperfect. The way that God has intended. That's a lie. So, you guys have anything you guys are working on? I saw Galen. Galen's still working on his pirates. I wish I could go over there and bring some of this jungle terrain over there. That would work great with the pirates. Maybe this is actually for my gaming store. And they're gonna do a Lustria campaign, 6th edition. He got some 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy books. Which 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy is actually my favorite edition for Warhammer Fantasy. I bought all the books. I still play it occasionally. I have a Bretonnian army nearly fully painted. I say nearly, it was at one time fully painted, but you know how it is. You collect a little more and it's not fully painted anymore. So, what is a miniature collector to do? As soon as you collect all that, and then all of a sudden, you had a fully painted army at one point. But, you know, maybe my sweet voice can help you with doing some managerial work. Like my brother is a manager at at his place, and you know, and just typey stuff. I don't know. I don't know what those white collar people do. I've never been white collar. I was a mechanic at one time. Um, Hated every minute of it, but you know what? God used it to bless me and my family. Paid for the bills for a very long time. Um, you know, so I don't even know what that is. Is that a leaf? I don't know. I'm gonna paint it and then maybe my eyes will catch it. I just got new glasses too, so I'm having a hard time seeing up close. I'm supposed to have bifocals, but the bifocals made me very, very ill. And I couldn't really see, so I'm just gonna have to play it by ear, by eye, by ear. Dad joke? Haha, no. Um, so, you guys watched Galen. He was doing chainmail or talking about it. I actually was able to purchase chainmail from Drive-Thru RPG a while back and had it printed. It's very hard read if you're not, because I'm used to more modern stuff. So um, it takes me a minute to understand what he's trying to say, because you know I think the older generation was a lot smarter than us. Not that I can't figure it out, just I'm not used to reading it. It's almost like another language. You know, and how many times have we misinterpret rules? Or famously, you know, rules as written versus rules as intended. You know, that's always a bummer. I remember having arguments. I used to play when I played 40K, 5th and 6th edition. 6th edition, I kind of got out of 40K, and I came back around 8th a little bit, and then 10th. But anyway, we had major arguments: rules as intended versus rules as written, and you know, I used to go to tournaments too. Me and my dad used to go to tournaments. We used to go to 2 to 3 day tournaments. That's crazy. That's insane. I couldn't do that anymore. I'm too. I got too much responsibilities. I would rather have the responsibilities and not too much fun. Ugh, wasn't much fun at all. Drink time. But the drink of the day today is sparkling ice, orange mango. You know, I might continue this a little later after dinner, depending on what's going on. You know, we can take a little break. You know what? I just saw some supports on this guy. I missed some supports. Or somebody did. My wife was helping me do this. I'll blame it on her. Yep, I did miss some supports. Look at that. That's why I wasn't looking right. I mean, that's okay. You know, just pop these off real quick. I figured I was going to miss some supports. I mean, it looks like a jungle, so I mean, the supports sometimes blend right in. I use using the tree supports for all you 3D printers out there. Oh yeah, it looks a lot better. And this is actually designed for resin, not for FDM prints. So that's okay. You know what? I will do what I need to do to get it looking good, or at least decent. Because I want to make this look good for my gaming group. You know, and of course, you know, you get paid for it, so try to do the best you can. I mean, I'm not charging like an arm and leg for it. Mostly just my time and just paints. Yeah, just clip it, just trim it just a little bit. There we go. And then say oopsies, this goes on the... Once it's painted, no one will even know. Except you guys be our little secret, right? You guys are not gonna say anything. Lyndon, if you're watching, I'm sorry. So, just doing the rocks right now. Just a little bit darker color, and then the dirt. Actually, I might just do tan on that one, on the rocks, and just this was the dirt. One of the big things too is to grab a bigger brush. Oh, there's some support that got stuck in there. Get out. Another thing about 3D printing too is that it's not quite perfect tech yet. But kind of one of the beauties of it, kind of brings back, old metal models. I am a sucker for old metal models. Okay, now we're just gonna make sure this is done. This side, that side, this side. Oh, we're almost out of frame. I'll push you up to say hi. That looks a little better, doesn't it? Oh, computer's having problems. There we go. Gotta keep the music going. You know how it is when you're painting. What type of music do you guys listen to when you're painting? You go to the old style hard rock, or I used to be a hard rock guy. I used to listen to Metallica, Def Leppard, Judas Priest, and all of them. A little bit. Those guys were a little before my time, except Metallica. Metallica's the big one. I stopped listening for a little bit after the Napster incident. You guys remember Napster? Yeah. Because I was angry that they were just crying about, the new ways of things. It's just like AI today, right? Everybody's crying about the new way of things. The second industrial revolution's happening right now in front of us with the AI, which is kind of cool. I mean, it helps producers. I'm not a producer or anything. I try to create something. But, I mean, I think the artists are crying about it because things are changing, and it means they're going to have to relearn, and they're going to have to adapt quickly if they want to continue making money. And, I mean, I don't blame them for being upset about it, but, I woodwork also. I do furniture, but I can't complain about IKEA doing a better job and selling more and becoming rich because they use machines versus a guy who does hand tools like I do. You know, I most people can't afford me on my if I was to make any money back. So they're gonna go to IKEA and Walmart and stuff like that. And you guys gotta, you artists gotta get smart if you want to stay relevant. Times changing. That's the only thing consistent in this world is change. Not that I like it, but it has to be done. So, anyway, I'm just going to work on these 5 right now. And basically I'm slapping it on. I use a, where is it? Oh, there it is. So, you ever get these hairs? Oh, that light. Yeah. I can't see it. I have cats. So, I love these tweezers. They're reverse tweezers. And, great for pulling out hair and stuff from that. Oh. Now, if I was actually doing really hard stuff, I would come really close to if I was doing detail and doing that. But I kind of like slopping it on right now because, nature has a perfection in its imperfection. In other words, it's well designed and it looks like it's chaos, but then the closer you look at it, the more organized it is. So we're just trying to simulate that with the craft paints a little bit, you know. This is just the stuff I figured out. I don't know if there's any, I'm not very good at color theory and stuff like that. I know the human mind knows earth tones very well. And then, you got those artists that can do other than earth tones, which are pretty impressive, you know. Artists do impress me. I'm definitely not an artist. I'm just a dude. And it's okay to be just a dude. We all have our proper place in life, our proper roles. We need to make sure we stay within our role. I mean, here in the United States, we can change our role pretty easily. People complain about that here in the United States, but it's kind of dumb. Most of human history, from what I understand, you pretty much had your role, and that was it. You were trained by your dad, and as a man, and that's what you did. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I think boys now just have no real. Oh, forgot a spot. Have no real mission since you can't. They weren't given a job. Tell you to follow your dream. Follow your dream. I mean, yeah, to a point. Follow your dream. Make sure the dream is viable. Sometimes you need to go just do some hard work. And do the stuff you don't want to do. I think most men are already capable of doing that pretty easily. We know what we need to do. And then after your 20s and stuff, you get up there, you can start a real hobby. I know the young men now are having a hard time. I pray for you guys. I really do. I think that's why I give so much away for my 3D printing, is because I want to help everybody go into or have a hobby. God's blessed me with a good retirement and at an early age. So I try to bless other people with it best I can. I still got to take care of my own first. That's the orders of love. Orders of love. Take care of your own first so you can take care of everybody else next. Don't just give everything away. The Bible says the person that doesn't take care of his own family, I think that's in 1 Timothy somewhere, is worse than an infidel. I mean, that's pretty bad. I don't want to be called an unbeliever. That's if I gave away everything I had to a person on the street but don't take care of my family, that's a big failure. That's against the Christian ethic. There's times where you can give away more, where if the Lord leads you to, but always test the spirits. Don't just say, well, I just did it just because something in my head told me to do something. What if you ate a bad burrito? Watch out for those bad burritos. They'll get you. You have weird dreams, thinking spirits are talking to you. Well, they might be talking to you. I don't know what you ate in that burrito. So for us Christians, we just need to be cautious with spirits talking to us or telling us if it goes against the Word of God, or and even then, if we're not understanding with the Word of God, we talk to we research our church fathers, and if you have a good pastor too, he can help you out. So, and that's what we're supposed to do, that have a support system within the church. You Christians that are not going to church, you need to get to church and find a good Bible-believing church at least. Oh, I missed the spot. No, I wasn't with. I lost a church one time, and It took me all about 2 weeks to find one because it's just that's too important. Young men get to church. Find a good, I would say, probably a maybe stay away from the evangelical right now and go to either Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, or I'm an Anglican, a North American Anglican because it's more it's on the conservative, very conservative side of things. Um, that's what I would suggest. You know, find something with authority and hierarchy. Don't. I would right now. Not that I don't think my brothers and my Baptist brothers and sisters, or my Calvary brothers and sisters, or are not Christians. I think they're very much so. It's just that they're not understanding the times right now. They're very weak in helping what men need, and right now this country needs men, good men. Good, strong Christian men. What do you think, guys? Take a second. Let's do a little bit of a smoke. Sounds like the cats are coming up. Let's see if I did this right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I learned a new method. Learned the breathing method. It's like massaging the smoke. Excuse me. So, for those who smoke pipe, you guys probably already know this, right? If you guys have already done this. But anyway, you take a little bit, and then you push smoke just ever gently inside to keep it lit. This is like one of the best hobbies ever. I mean, just calming. And unlike cigarettes, I mean, cigarettes you like inhale all that crap in your lungs and stuff. This just goes through in your mouth, through your sinuses, come out. You know, um, I even think the medical field said that cigars you could do like 2 cigars, which is kind of equivalent to one of these. Um, each cigar is like equal to one of these is equal to a cup of coffee in terms of getting cancer. Hmm. Back to work. Back to work. All right. I think we'll do the Stones next. Now, the way I paint, and people, well, there's so many ways of painting. The way I like to paint is from the inside to the out, right? So, like if I'm doing a dude, I'll do the flesh first, right, before I do anything else, because I can paint over everything except for the eyes. I don't do the eyes until like near last, unless I know I'm not gonna hit the face anymore. Another thing good about craft paints too is if you have young kids that want to paint, oh yeah, if you have a 3D printer, you can knock out just little toys and just let them go at it, and not worried about messing with or using up all your expensive paints. Now my daughter, I bought her some speed paints, and we try to have like a painting thing. We're due one right now, but I try to do painting with her every week, but I was injured for a while, so it kind of messed up our schedule. So I just need to be more disciplined and get back at the schedule. You're gonna probably hear me say discipline a lot because I don't have a lot of it like I would want. because there's no such thing as motivation. Oh, I guess there is, but not really. Motivation is kind of, if you have it, you need to go use it right away, right? If you have motivation, go do something. But really, most of the time, you don't have motivation. You only have discipline. You do the things your body doesn't want you to do. So, probably most of you guys are gone now. It's past 30 minutes, and they haven't called me for dinner yet. So, I'm going to continue on. If you guys want to continue to listen, that'd be awesome. And guys, do the YouTube things if you don't mind. You know, hit that like button. You know what? All of it sounds kind of gay. You guys do what you want to do. I come here, listen to me, like me, sub to me, well, whatever. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. You move on, right? That's what YouTube's about. It's about consuming as much as you can in the way you want. Oh, yeah, this flower. Oh, you know what? I forgot to switch it. Look at me. Professionalism. Anyway, this flower. It's kind of cool. I didn't know this was a real flower. It smells like death. It smells like dead flesh. I forget what it's called. I think they call it a death flower or something like that, but it eats bugs. So the bugs come to it and eat it. So it's actually red. So I'm going to have actually kind of fun painting this guy, I think. But anyway, we're doing stones and stuff. This one has an artificial piece on there. So I might have to go grab another color unless I have. Oh, I do have it here. Cool. I have some gray. But yeah. Things you learn about in wargaming. As you guys know, I'm really starting to shift my likes into more historical wargaming, which is actually the beginnings of my wargaming. It was I played a game called Tank Charts. I showed a little bit of it on this channel. I actually want to do a better review now that I have 2 cameras, or at least web cameras. But you know, I think I can do a better job of doing it. So I'm thinking about doing book reviews too, you know, of gaming. I don't know yet. I want to see what kind of does well. I know these sit and paints won't do well because they're too long, and that's okay. You know what? I'm enjoying. It's making it go fast for me, and I'm getting things done. And if you guys sit here and paint with me, you know, maybe get some of your hobby stuff done. You know. Now I'm painting these. I want to paint, or I want to print out some for myself. So after I get my E4 Mafia guys done, I'm working on a table right now. I want to start doing terrain, like for 4x6 tables, like true tables, not the short tables. But of course, it would work for the short tables, you know. That ice is carbonated, so it's making me burp a little bit. Sorry, guys. Human stuff, right? Professionalism. So, one good thing about the Zenithal highlight, if you just smash it with white, is that after you paint it all black and then you just do a 45-degree angle, actually about 35-degree angle, you create shadows, and that allows it to, if you make mistakes or whatever like that, it won't show up. Let's see, is there any rocks on that guy? I think just trees and grass. Trees and grass. Big old rock on this dude. Another thing I like to do is when I'm doing models and miniatures, we let's see, there we go, maybe a little better. I don't know, guys. Still working this all out. But anyway, I like to do batch painting, but I do not like to do like 20 dudes, or 20 things at once. My mind just starts. I worked at a factory before, and I hate it. I hate factory work, and it reminds me of factory work. So, but I do like to paint. Actually, what I really like to do is paint individual models at one at a time. I can focus on it. But when you're doing armies, uh, it's bothersome. So that's why I'm trying to knock out all my armies. I want to kind of go to more skirmish. Although if I'm doing Napoleonics, it's armies. But if I do 6mm, you can knock out 6mm guys. I do micro armor. I don't go into high detail with micro armor because I see no reason to, especially if I'm doing armies. You know, look at some American tanks. Okay, just spray paint them olive drab green, call it good. You know, maybe hit the tracks. You know, but that's about it. If I was just doing a skirmish game and only had like 15 tanks or something, 6mm scale, yeah, that'd be. I would spend more time on it, but. As far as doing all that, I'm not all about that at all. Now this thing has some greenage, some plantage on top here that I'm going to paint a certain green. Might have to grab my other piece. I have a finished piece over there that I was supposed to bring over here, but I'll just grab it real quick and then I use that as a just kind of as my template. So at least the set looks good. Oh, I overpainted on some stuff. No biggie. Just grab it real quick, correct it. Oops. My light level is based off just touch, so got it wet a little bit and said, oh, it's supposed to turn down. So all right, I'm gonna go grab that model real quick. It's just right over there. What's funny is I got this roof. It goes down. So I'm actually a short dude. I'm not very tall. So but anyway, I can bunk my head. It's still funny. It's the only time I feel tall is in this house. Made like in the 1950s. I'm back. I'm not even going to edit that. You guys can just watch it. So anyway, here's the first piece I did. So I'm just going to set that right over there. Take a drink. Time. So what are we going to do next? Let's see. We can do... yeah, let's do the greenage. So, my favorite color is green. I love green. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell with my Steel Ranger Space Marines, you know, the AKA the E4 Mafia. Oh, which color was that one? Did I get the wrong one? Ah. Let's see. I lick my, I know this kind of sounds weird, but I lick my brush so that I can get a sharper point. Most of the stuff's non-toxic. Maybe. It'll be all right. I'm sure being a mechanic, I ate worse stuff. You know. That light's probably like right in the way in it. Oh, look at that. I'm glad you guys came over here and watched me for a bit. Um, like I said, I don't know. I know these don't usually do very good with the algorithm and stuff, but we'll go to an hour and see what you guys think of this. And then I'll just continue on. But you know, this was kind of fun, and I know I go into some philosophical craziness sometimes. I mean, I can't help myself. I actually like philosophy. I mean, not really good at it, but there's just things about philosophy that's fun. And when you start understanding how people think, or hitting the laws of logic and stuff like that, to where um, you can actually help other people figure out things, because we're not taught logic anymore. We have to find out for ourselves, which is unfortunate. You know, and the Western world was really built on that, but now we've kind of left it. And if you guys are creating games out there, logic is kind of important, right? If X is, you can't have something that is and isn't at the same time, for example, right? That's logic. Unless we're talking about the Almighty. He's above the laws of logic. He made the laws of logic. That gets into fun stuff. Also, too, one of the problems with using craft paints, the white will allow you to see where you've missed, especially on the upper part. So, like I'm noticing right here, I missed some on the rock right here, especially. So, with the 3D printer or the FDM printer, it has striations on it, where the layers are at. And sometimes the paint doesn't flow in. If it's getting too, or if you're having a hard time, just wet down the paint just a hair bit to let it flow a little better in there. Like I said, I mean, you can thin down the craft paint a little bit to make it work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just do what you need to do to get it painted, right? I usually stop what I'm doing and hit it again, because that's just the way I am. Because I don't want to lose. I don't want to forget. This old crusty mind doesn't work as well as it used to. Well, I try really hard, but guys ever find it hard to memorize stuff anymore? Well, that was the wrong color. I find it hard to memorize stuff right now. It's probably a lack of discipline, really. Oh, by the way, you're gonna hear trucks and stuff. Sorry. They love using their Jake brakes out here. They're big logging trucks come down. All right, let's see how much more green. I'm gonna have to buy a new fat cheap brush. Another thing is too, you just buy the cheap brushes. Now I'll differentiate between the greens here in a bit, right? Some of them I'll use like olive or a lighter green on top. I'll highlight some of them. I don't really highlight. I kind of like a dry brush instead of the highlighted colors. That log needs to be done before I do that guy as a red little bush. So really, it's paint by number on this. It's pretty easy. Just little brush control. I'm not even really, I'm not even doing that. I'm just like slopping that sucker on. What do you guys think? You guys had enough of me yet? Well, maybe I haven't had enough of you guys. What was that one line on Indiana Jones? I'm like a bad penny. I always show up. Well, I'm not a bad penny. Maybe an annoying penny. Um, just on the other side too, I've started a video game um channel. I'm starting to play through Silk Song, Hollow Knight Silk Song. You can watch and laugh at me as I, as an old man, tries to play a game that requires high reflexes and tries to strategically use what he has to beat the game. And we're gonna try it. I'm gonna play about 30 minutes, maybe every other day or once a week or something like that, because I just don't have a lot of time to play video games. The music stopped. That's like heretical. All right. Well, oh, missed some spots. Another thing is too is I have my own wash that I make for terrain, and it darkens it too. So any mistakes that I have or anything like that, especially for terrain, I love painting terrain. You don't have to be right on top of it. See this one. There's some green on this. There we go. It's just amazing when you put paint on, a little bit of paint on miniatures and stuff, how they change so much. Oh, guys, I think I'm going to let you go. I think dinner's about done. I'm hearing kids. So, they start peeking. It's time to do that. Well, let me stop for a second and say goodbye to you guys. Oh, I just kicked the camera. Change screen here. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoy sitting here with me and talking with me. And I hope you guys have a good day, and God bless. And we'll be praying for you. Bye.